Yo, what's going on, everybody, man? It's your boy Marcus Elbow. Welcome to Healthy Music. I want to say hey to all my healthy people out there. I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're exercising and eating better. And I know you're making some great music. This video I'm about to get ready to make, I thought I had already made this video, but I guess I hadn't. So let's get into it. Hey, live better, feel better. You'll make better music. So today I'm going to make a video. This is going to be the first 15 minutes with the MPC 3.0 software. I know a lot of my 215 users with the MPC software are kind of struggling a little bit with 3.0. You know, some people are reverting back to 315. Reverting back to 215. They're just not really gelling with 3.0. I actually love 3.0, especially coming from where I come from with the Kai Force. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to make a quick video to really just show you how to move around with the UI. I'm going to try to make a little beat or something real quick just to show you how easy it is to work with this new UI. And I think this is a good thing for the MPC ecosystem because it's a better system. It's a better UI, and I love it. And hopefully I can help you get to love it as well. So let's go ahead on and get into it. Let's roll. Okay, so I can see how coming from 215 and coming into 3.0 can be a little bit intimidating. But to be honest with you, all this is a UI update. So a lot of the things that were there before are still here. It's just different ways to get to it. So let's just go through the UI and see if we could, show you how to get to things and get you up and running so you won't be feeling overwhelmed by this new UI, okay? All right, so when you first come in, again, everything at the top is what you're normally used to seeing as far as your project, so forth and so on, time correct, and things of that nature, positioning. But when you get right here is when it start kind of looking different because now you have your bars here. So if I was to click there and use my data dial, I could change this to 4 bars. I can manipulate my start and end. I can do transpose here. Also have my loop button there. And then as we move down, what I really love about this, especially coming from the Akai Force, is that now that you have your track button here, I can just flip through all of my tracks. But what's really awesome is if I hit this other tab here, I can actually see all of my arrangement right here. I don't have to go into the menu and go to any other view to see my MIDI data here. I can just kind of jump right to it. From here to there, I can just jump back and forth, okay? And what's really cool is now I don't even have to hit any of my buttons. If I want to go to the browser for this track number 1, I can just hit the browser there, and it will take me into here where I can go in here and easily load up any of my sample packs that I have inside of this system. I can still hit that, then hit load, and load that pack right up into that track, okay? And now I don't have to worry about programs or anything like that. It's just going to load right up. And then if I hit the main again, now I can see each sample waveform in here. If I just hit this, let's turn it down some. So whatever I hit here, I can just go through. And what's really cool about having this deal is I can go in and do some editing right there in the screen. So I really love that that functionality right there. Okay. So now that we're looking at the track, and then again we have the arranger here, but let's just look at what's going on the right side. Right here you have the play button. So if I wanted to hit this, I could actually play it instead of hitting the play button here. You also have an edit deal here where I can go in and I could copy track, duplicate track, delete track, so forth and so on. And then I also have a duplicate button, a dedicated duplicate button right here. So if I'm on 4 bars, I can hit that duplicate and it'll take it to 8 bars, which is really cool. All right, so this last little icon down here at the bottom is the way that I can manipulate between my onboard mixer that's right here. So if I go over to the left side and I hit this little icon here, that will bring up some of my mixer sections just for this track. So I have the output section here, and then I also have the actual overall track section here. So if I'm hitting anything, you can see that I can see everything right here. And what's really cool about this is that I can actually go in and hit this FX, and I can start adding effects right there, right I mean, I don't have to go anywhere. I can do everything right here. I got my sends, and then I have my IOs where I can control everything here. So I love the fact that they made everything kind of just right there in the UI, so I can jump right in and get straight to work. Now, remember I was telling you about this little button here. If I hit that button, I mean, that's the overall track, but I can actually go in here and manipulate each individual track or each individual pad right here, which is crazy. If I hit that button again, it'll take me to the output. So to be honest with you, I would normally just have it this way because I'm not going to really mess with the output right now. And if I want to close that, all I have to do is just hit up there, and then that is closed. Over here, what you have on the left is just different quick menu items. So if I wanted to go to sample edit, I could go there, and then all I have to do is hit menu to go back. If I want to go to track edit, I can go there, and all I had to do is hit the main to go back. And then I have my sampler here, and then I also have sounds here if I want to go in and grab some plugins or whatever I want to do there. You know what I mean? And then I can just hit the main there, and then I also have the mixer here. Now, this is another part about the new 3.0 that I actually love. And I love that they have incorporated the CalForce mixer into this setup, because this is just the perfect way to operate when you're, you know what I mean, when you're trying to mix and you're trying to get everything. The mixer before was just trash, in my opinion. All right. And the way this mixer works, it just works just like it would if you imagined it would. This is where I like to work, so that way I can control everything I need to control. You have your of course, you have your pan here. You have some automation functions. You have your mute. You have your solo here. All that stuff is there, and I just love to work in that area. You can also record, and then again, you can just adjust your volume if you need to adjust your volume, and you could do some gain staging. Right here, you have your sends, and you have your effects. Of course, you have your IOs, and then you have your settings. But what's really cool is that this mirrors everything that you were seeing inside of the main menu here, where you were able to work with that track. You know what I'm saying? Right here inside of the UI, where I didn't even have to go into the mixer. So if I needed to make any type of adjustments, again, I can make those adjustments here, or I can go straight to the mixer, and all I have to do is hit mix, and that'll take me straight into the mixer. We can go back and we can hit main, okay? If you want to change a track or you want to add a different track, all you have to do is hit new track, and then you can go ahead and put whatever type of track you want up in there. And then if I go back here, I could actually change this track or delete this track. Let's just say if we wanted to delete that track, we also want to delete this audio track, and then I can just go ahead on and hit this button here, and I can load back up the Ready Up kit here into track number 1, hit that main, and then track number 2, I can make that a plug-in track. All right. And then once you get into the plug-in track, you also still have your ability to go in here and change the way that you want this to perform. So if you want your, lock in all of your keys and things like that, you can actually do that from right here if I want to lock any of that stuff in. Let's go back to main. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to make sure we go back to track 1. Okay. And then, matter of fact, no, what I want to do is I'm going to go to track 3. I'm going to create a drum track, and then we're going to sample something into here. So I'm just going to go ahead, and what's really cool, if I hit record right here, I can go straight into the sample section. So let's go ahead on and sample something in here real quick. All right, we sampled that, so I'm just going to call it sample, right? And then we're going to make sure we put it on pad number 1 or A01, and then I'm going to hit edit, and then we can go in here and listen to this. All right, now if I wanted to, I can go in here and use my Q links to tighten this up. So what I want to do is I want to just bring that in a little bit closer here. So if I just want to go right there, then I can hit process and go ahead on and discard this. And if you're new to the MPC, I got some tutorials out there for that, but this is for some of my 2.15 users. So let's go ahead and hit that loop again. All right, we locked that in. All right. Now I'm gonna go ahead on, and again, this is the same way that we're used to working. So I'm gonna go ahead on and chop this. All right, I like that. So let's go ahead and hold shift, and we're going to go ahead and convert this again, and then let's go back to main, and then let's go ahead and tap in that tempo that we just did. All right, I just tapped that tempo in, so it's going to be 142. Let's see if we can go ahead and drop this. All right, I like that. So let's go ahead on and get our drums out. And then right now you can see the arrangement here. So let's go ahead on and go to track number 1. All right, let's go ahead and drop that. All right, let's hit it. Do some no repeat. All right, now what we can do is we can go in here and turn this down. All right, I think that's cool, but I want to take a little bit of that out. So let's double click it. It's right here, so I'm going to take that out. So I just need to go in here and highlight that portion here and remove that. And then here we go. I like it. Hit main. All right, let's put one more thing in here. Put a bass in here. Once we grab a bass, what we're going to do is we need to go back to main and we need to lock in this. This is going to be B minor. So let's go get B minor. We're going to lock that in. And then we can change the octave. Let's go to the mixer. Let's hear just the drums. I like it. Let's go into the effects here and let's put a filter on this, a high filter. Because I want to get rid of that bass in there. All right, I like it. Let's go put a reverb on that. I like it. Let's go back to main and let's close this out. And let's turn this, let me see here. Let's delete this track. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a new plugin. Let's go back to sounds. And let's go grab us some strings or something. All right, man, listen, I hope you enjoyed that exhibition and that quick tutorial on how to get started with 3.0. I know a lot of my 215 cats are feeling some type of way about this whole new UI, but to be honest with you, I actually love it because I'm coming straight from the Akai Force. So for me, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Remember, if you need any type of equipment, go over to Sounds. I got links inside of the description. It doesn't cost you anything. Also, I'm gonna need you to hit that subscribe button, man. Our subscriptions have been low, so go ahead on and hit that subscribe button. If you watch these videos and you like what I do, then I appreciate you. If you go ahead and hit that like button, all right? All right, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace out.